I didn't want to get up tonight.
That's
Well, yeah.
But you handled everything on. Rose handled everything on.
Tired is all. He has gone 3 times, but she'll come back tired. I'm like, oh, that's fine.
right. Did you have a standard time every day?
Yeah, well, starting this week, back tomorrow, actually, at 9:45.
Every day, yeah. Just to get down there before it's in the heat,
Have
get
to
people
follow.
from home, have a nap. enjoy
Someone
it.
has another 10 people.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
Why don't you get like 30 seconds?
It's gonna be the first time she's.
Yeah, I'll second. Yeah.
Do you want the door just to slow it down?
Oh, really? I did, I swear. I like seeing everybody here. With a laptop.
25 seconds.
It is lovely to see you. Who you were?
No, no.
We were,
Hi.
all stand please for pledge of allegiance.
Come on.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Did you get to change your ring and bounce or? You did, okay. You're all right.
Yeah, good. It's cardio.
Yeah.
Never happens to me. I work from home.
Right.
We do have some adjustments to the agenda.
There is one, yes.
There's going to be an executive session and there will be no report after the executive session. Public comment. Everybody gets 3 minutes. If anybody wants to be nice and. I had a wonderful time at the Yep,
Yeah.
at the Granite Street Field Day. It was nice to be invited back. And I think the kids had a great time. That was good. That was good.
Miranda definitely did. She came home with damp hair. Did you know what this is? It is water.
Anybody got anything else they'd like to say? You have to be nice to the seniors, okay? Seeing none, motion for the approval of the minutes, please.
So,
Second.
We're reaching. Gonna be a rough night. Anybody got any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? 5-0. Payroll warrant, motion please.
I'd like to make a motion to direct the superintendent of schools to authorize the payment by the town treasurer to each party listed herein. The sums set against each name contained in the school payroll warrant, PR 24-24, in the amount of $143,120.94. PR 24-24D in the amount of $72,468.86. Main purse 24-30 in the amount of $207.10. Main purse 24-31 in the amount of $212.86. Main purse 24-32 in the amount of $31,640.88. And main purse 24-33 in the amount of $8,604 on May 23, 2024. And PR 24-25 in the amount of $143,699.53. PR 24-25D in the amount of $74,288.08. And PR 24-25D2 in the amount of $218 on June 6, 2024.
second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? It's 5-0. Payable warrant, Kevin, D,
I move to direct the superintendent of schools to authorize payment by the town treasurer to each party listed herein. The sum set against each name contains the school payable warrant AP 24-36 in the amount of $29,109.40. AP 24-37 in the amount of $123,192.33. AP 2438 in the amount of $34,919.98. SA 2428-28 in the student accounts in the amount of $2,777.55. And SA 24-29 student accounts in the amount of $12,234.36 on May 23rd, 2024. And AP 24-30 amount of $109,678.68. SA 2430 student accounts in the amount of $922.66. And SA 24-31 student accounts in the amount of $5,003.42 on June 6, 2024.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? 5-1. Motion to adopt the following new policies?
Motion to adopt the following new policies. DKC-R expense reimbursement procedure, EBCF automated external defibrillators, AEDs, ECB-E notice of planned pesticide application. This was part of the old policy, ECB, not broken out.
Second.
Discussion?
I would just say, at this point, tonight, we're looking at, the second read of some policies, the recommendation to make some adjustments to some policies. All of these have come through our policy committee, which Kevin and Julie and myself are part of. All of these recommendations, all of these edits or changes come with the, guidance of Maine School Management to make sure that we're in compliance, to make sure that we're not, like, ones that are duplicate or will be pulled out of a policy and put into a procedure. So for the next several sections, what I just said kind of covers all of the work that was done to make these recommendations tonight.
Michelle, they all were unanimous between the three.
Oh,
They were actually, yep. That's a great question. We actually talk about, so Julie and Kevin have the policies and then they come in and we talk about them. And I can't say that we have really come up against disagreement for some of them, but we've definitely had conversation of coming at, looking at it from different angles. And everybody has an opportunity to like offer like a word change or something like that.
Maybe we should clarify this or,
Yeah.
yeah, like, and we have broad discussion. I mean,
Yeah,
like you said, but like extensive, like not just like, oh, maybe not,
Yeah.
like a good
There's,
dialogue.
there's great parts of the policies that really can't be changed by law. But the ones that can, we have some options to change a word here or a word there specific to Stearns High School. And we all offer our input and come to a mutual agreement.
Shelley, if you had one that didn't, if you didn't agree, you wouldn't bring it forward, would you?
I think we would probably table it and look to see where the disagreement lies. If there's something that, like maybe Julie knows something about a piece of the policy that Kevin and I don't know or see the same way. I would guess that the three of us would agree to table it and then we would come back at it again.
Mhm.
That would be my gut feeling, I
Yeah,
guess.
table it with good faith, that more research will be done.
Yeah.
And we've done that on several policies where
Yeah,
we didn't have maybe adequate information on a specific part. And,
So we passed over and
yeah,
gone on.
and then we
Yeah.
follow up on it.
that wasn't really for disagreement, but you said it exactly right. We just needed more information and we had to set it aside. Yep. Good question.
I appreciate that. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? 5-0. Motion to adopt the revised policies, Don?
Motion to adopt the following revised policies: EBCC bomb threats, EBCE school closing and cancellations, ECB test management in school facilities and school grounds, KF community use of school facilities, KF-E buildings use requests and auditorium use agreement.
Second.
Okay. See, several of these policies, two of these policies here are policies where we have further information from people who had specific knowledge, like in pest management, school grounds, Louis DeFrederico helped us, and building and use requests in the auditorium, Mr. Wade offered input before the meeting, so we have his input in that, so.
Oh, adding to that, Shelley always tells us beforehand when we're doing, I also want to say for discussion, hats off to Kama because she sends us everything in detail and we have highlighted portions and we have notes and we come fully prepared. So our meetings are very prompt and precise. But Shelley always leads with, I've talked to so-and-so, or this is from the state, this is unchangeable, this is changeable. I, reached out to this person. So we get the good rundown before we go through.
That's great.
Second.
Yeah, I've already got a second from Julie.
Okay.
Any other board discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? 5-0. See if the board will delete the following policies.
Move it to delete the following policies: EEAEC student exclusion from field trips, EEAF buses used by outside organizations.
Okay.
So with the student exclusion from field trips, we felt like that had it wasn't required by main school management, and we felt it was kind of duplicate of a procedure. Mr. Cullen has taken on, along with Miss Peavy, taken on looking at policies related to students and staff. And so this is one that kind of came up in some of the work that they were doing as well.
I also want to add that the buses used by outside organizations is because we contract out for buses and they already are used for, we don't have to say on whether or not, so it's a silly policy, right to have now.
It was a policy that wasn't needed, we had, but where it's the Brandon buses, if he wants to contract them out to somebody, that's up to him.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with us.
So that's kind of what I was thinking when I was reading the policy, and I was like, do we really have say with that? Where we just,
Right.
No, this is.
Some schools.
It's just an old, an old.
some schools do.
looked over policy.
Right.
School
If
has
you
their own
all-
bus.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? 5-0.
Who seconded it?
Kevin.
That'd be very
Yeah,
good.
Kevin. Made me think I didn't do my job.
No, I knew that somebody did, but I can't be held responsible for.
Okay.
Motion to approve the first reading of the following new policies.
Move to approve the first reading of the following new policies: EFC free and reduced price food services.
Second.
I was kind of taken back that has to be a policy.
The food program is very highly regulated by policies and procedures from both state and federal. So this is all in compliance with our food service program.
Okay.
That's the big thing that amazed me when I got on the policy committee, that we have 1 million policies. They're all, when we started looking at them, they're all required just about from the state. There's not much flexibility.
Kevin Gregory?
Shelley, are we expecting the state to offer free meals for all the kids? Like they've been doing it during COVID.
Right,
Is something that's gonna continue or?
all of that comes down from the federal level. When they do their budgets, if they have money and filter it down through the state, then we're able to give, knockoff prices and whatnot. They've done pretty well with a lot of the small grants, and Mia's done excellent with a lot of the small grants. Everything from new refrigerators to milk coolers, to, pans and things. She really has done a great job with that. We were just talking as part of this about, offer versus serve, because that's coming up as well as a policy and, with so much of the program, the entire program regulated, there really isn't a lot of wiggle room in it, but I think that at the national level, they really do want to give food service what they need to provide meals to kids. And I think personally, just a personal opinion, that as often as the feds have money that they can funnel to the states for free meals, I think they're going to do. It can't project whether or not they will or not, or predict rather, but, I would hope that they would do the best they can.
Anything else? All in favor? 5-0. First reading of revised policies. Julie?
Motion to approve the first reading of the following revised policies. EEA bus transportation for students, EEBB use of private vehicles for school business, EFBA menu development / options offer serve lunch concept replaces EFB, EFE competitive food sales, sales of foods in competition with the school food service program, EGAD copyright compliance, EGAD-R copyright compliance administrative procedure, EHB records management, IMG animals in schools, IMGA and service animals in schools.
Any discussion? I don't think he agrees, because all 11 of them was done in just over a minute.
Gotta be quick. You gotta keep up with you guys. I gotta be quick, right?
Any discussion?
I think you've laughed us.
All in favor? 5-0. You don't have, are you doing anything for the student representative reports?
Nope, the students are all set because one is graduating and one was, still didn't have to attend this meeting. She's done her service for the
Doing
year.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Facilities director.
Oh, I get to go first? Ooh, look at you, lucky day.
Well, Louis, if you really want to wait. No,
Ew.
love the enthusiasm.
Wearing down. New year. Yeah, so the last, since I saw you guys last, we took delivery of our second Kia Carnival 8-passenger van. It has been on the road since we got it. If anybody didn't think those were a good choice, I think we proved that. Nick's used them.
Awesome.
It's definitely saved us some big bucks in busing.
Yep.
The outdoor ed program has used them multiple times. I've gotten no complaints by anybody that's driven them. Everybody
Oh, they're awesome.
likes driving them, so I think that was a really
They
good.
had both 8-passenger.
Yeah, yep, both 8-passenger. So, yeah, they really does meet our needs. I was able to take one up to Toad Pond and pick up some middle school girls that had to make it to a basketball game. They were all covered with mosquitoes. We had about 1 million mosquitoes in my face on the way down. I don't know what was worse, being trapped with the mosquitoes or 7 middle school girls. But it was fun. It was cute. We have also begun work at Granite Street on the boiler project that we're doing there this summer, the regasketing. We have to tear one boiler down completely and reseal it because it's leaking. That's gonna be an ongoing for the next couple of months. Biggest hurdle with that will be when we can get the contractor solidly booked to get in there, but we're looking at July, mid-July, hopefully, to continue with that improvement. Also, I'm still working with trying to get the lines, getting bids on lines and get all the lines painted in the parking lot. I've got 3 companies I put pricing out to. I've only heard back from one. So I'm gonna give it another week and then move on that. Can't keep waiting forever, but I think that'll eliminate some issues around here, especially with student parking, but I will say staff as well.
Come in the back.
People seem to lose their mind when they go to park around here. The last few weeks for us have been extremely busy with dance recital preparations and graduation and prom and
class day and all of the setups, and tear downs for all those things, field day. It's all fun and it's all great and there's a lot of work. But it's always a good culmination at the end of the year. And it was a good wind down to then for us regroup and re-gear and get into summer. And we're already doing that as well, getting our equipment up and set up and ready to start dumping classrooms and cleaning and waxing and all the things we do all summer long. So we go from high gear to higher gear once the students and the staff are gone. So we did too. I was able to top off both fuel tanks last week, Kevin. So we ended, I didn't get an accurate figure, but we've several thousand gallons to the good this year, thanks to Mother Nature. So, yeah, so yeah, we're good with that. Any questions?
Yeah.
No.
Do you anticipate we will be able to get the boiler fixed before school starts? And
Yeah,
all the
and it's
stuff?
not, yeah, and it's not mission critical because we do have two boilers over there. So one boiler can meet the entire building. So if something, because you never know when you tear it apart, if we did crack a section tearing it apart, then we would shrink it. We have some options around those are all things we've discussed, but, yeah, we could run on one boiler essentially all year long if we have to, but, yeah, you should be good though. They're doing several of these, so it's a Cracker Jack crew that does what they do. They do them.
No, quick question, the lines over Granite, are they being paid into?
Yeah, we're gonna redo the out in front and get that
Yeah, that's part of it.
crosswalk back in. Yep. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mia Charette, we have a report.
Mia is actually at a 1-year celebration for the grant. So it is online with all of the grantees, and she anticipates it will be over by 5. So I told her just to come on over here when she's done and she'll be able to talk you through her report. And if we happen to be done before then she has what she has in front, but she's at a celebration right now for the grant.
Great.
And Cody is next, and he is at a doctor's appointment, I believe, today, and I do not have a report.
Is Mary? I must say, I could not blow this up good enough so I could see it on the computer.
Well, sorry about that.
Didn't work.
I copied and pasted the best I could.
Oh, I'm not blaming you. You know, I'm blaming my eye surgeon at this point.
So we finished the May through the year testing and all the makeup last week. So I shared with you the graphs. Grade 3 math, we're 1 point above what the region and state average score is. And 1 point on the reading for grade 3 as well. Of course, we still have some kids that are below and quite well below that we'd like to see move up, but we're still staying strong according to the state. Grade 4 math, we're 3 points below what the state region score is. Grade 4, we're up 6 points above state. Grade 5 math, we're 2 points up. In grade 5 reading, we're 3 points up. So I think that's pretty good, especially considering the last few years with the SIPs and things, to be able to get off that. I also included the iReady test, which is the testing that we do 3 times a year. And anything in green is on or above grade level. So when we look at reading, kindergarten, 73% of our kids is above grade level. First grade, 54%, second grade, 67%. Third and fourth grade did not take it because it was in the middle of the year. And then looking at maybe doing IXL this week, depending on how things shake out. Grade 5 is 45%. And then with math, kindergarten, 62% were on or above grade level. Grade 1, 58%. Grade 2, 67%, and grade 5, 64%. And we will be switching from iReady to IXL next year. We have had a half-day training already with IXL. Then they're coming for a full day training next week, and then possibly another one in August, depending on if we feel needed or not. That's all funded through the SIPS money. And that will provide not only the testing that we use like iReady, but it will also include lesson plans in reading, writing, and science for the grades. Do you have a question?
They've been using IXL for several years now, haven't they?
Bits and pieces, but not everybody using it all the time, and then we're switching, so everybody's in it, so it's more consistent.
Okay.
And they offer pre-K programming as well, so we're gonna be able to let our pre-K kids get some IXL lessons as well.
Thank you.
We had our Bikes for Books assembly last Friday. That was a great time. I had really great feedback from the 3 gentlemen that came from the Masons, about how well it went. And the kids were very excited and cheered each other on. And we came over to a puppet show the week before that, that the Burrell Theater put on. It was excellent. The kids really enjoyed it. Plus they got to see some behind the scenes things that the puppeteer showed them and explained how they did the work that they do. And we have wonderful students, whether it's at a big event like that or an assembly, they're so well behaved and so courteous, and it's just amazing to see. Our Granite School performance and our Stearns performance went well for our music program. Had lots of activities coming this week and last week, including our wonderful time yesterday. So that was kind of neat for me to see how field day works here, because it's much more involved than field days that I'm used to. On the 10th in the afternoon after the students leave, we're gonna have our first Title I committee meeting. This is a requirement that now I'm digging more into as I learn more about Title I. Like I said, IXL training. The bottom, I talked about the SIPS exit plan we have to have done by June 12th. I've been working on that. I received approval today on some of the changes I made to the funding so that it will pay for some of the professional development that we're gonna do this summer. Questions?
3 meetings in a row, I think.
Record.
We were talking a little bit before, but the athletic season finally winding down. You guys know the month of May is crazy with athletics and softball and baseball. Softball team wasn't fortunate enough to make it to the playoffs this year. We had 7 wins like last year, but the Hill Points didn't do us any favors. Middle school baseball team made it to the semifinals. They lost to Howland, who ended up winning the championship. And our middle school softball team made it all the way to the championship, and they lost to Penquist last Saturday. Really good game. Penquist had a really great pitcher, and they had a hard time hitting, but it was really great. And our high school baseball team is hosting either Machias or Bangor Christian on Thursday at 3 o'clock to accommodate baccalaureate. So hopefully our boys will have a chance to change, but if not, it's gotta be full. They run right on the stage in their baseball uniform. This time of year, our seniors had their last day of classes. They had some fun with us. We were talking about that a little bit. Wonderful group of kids. They decided to show us how much they care about us by doing some nice things to our office, and it was like we talked about before, some great fun. Really good kids, and we're gonna be sad to see them go. That being said, senior trip is after graduation on Sunday. We're super excited. Me and Mr. D get to chaperone. Tough break for us, I know, so we're excited for that. It should be a great time, and it looks like a really cool place. In the assistant principal world, Dr. Lane already mentioned it, but I've been really working the last couple weeks at the policies and trying to update them and change them and modify them, and working on our student handbook and our staff handbook and our code of conduct and all those things that need a little bit of revamping to make it a little more black and white for us. And that's been going really well. We had an administrative meeting. We talked about some stuff for next year, some things that we're gonna do for professional development, what we're looking at for the staff to better help our staff so they can better help our students. And those kind of things. So we're winding down in this year, but we're already looking forward to next year and what changes need to be made to keep us moving forward and help benefit our kids. Like Louis said, I can't say enough about those 2 vans. They're amazing. It's so nice to have them available for us. I don't know whose idea it was, but a wonderful purchase. It's really nice when we have something come up where we had a situation where we had 3 buses already going out. Mr. Bragdon just couldn't have enough drivers, and we were able to use the vans, and it bailed us out. It was just really nice to have them available. So it's great. Trying to think of anything else. Any questions from you guys while I'm thinking? No, everything's going well, like I said, let's hope if you guys can make it out for the baseball game, that'd be great. Hopefully they're fortunate enough to win. If they are, we'll get another home game on Saturday. Weather looks a little iffy, so we'll see how that works out for us. But, we actually need the rain, I hate to say it, but we do,
We really
we'll take it. But, come out, cheer loud for them. They've had a great year. I hope they perform well and, put up a good effort. I think that's the most important part, so.
They
Perfect.
will,
Yeah, I think so,
they
Joe.
will.
Thank you. Ms. Phoebe?
Saving the best for last, right?
Oh,
All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about field trips, where we are winding down at the end of the year. We've had students go to Toad Pond, our 7th grade. They had a great time. Some of them, as Mr. DeFrederico said, had to leave a little bit early for a playoff game. But they had a great time up there. Tomorrow, we actually have the 8th grade going to Augusta to the State House with Mr. Leathers. They were supposed to go earlier this year and it got canceled out due to really bad weather. So they're going tomorrow, and our 7th graders are going to EMCC tomorrow with Gear Up to learn some leadership skills and do some fun activities down there. Mrs. Loom took her outdoor education class on an all-day field trip, and they used whitewater duckies
Yeah.
to go to follow Millinocket Stream for the Extreme Whitewater Canoe Race. And I brought a picture so you guys could see what whitewater duckies look like. You can hand that around.
I don't need to see it. We are deeply entrenched in it. That's all Jake's family does, actually. Jake's dad was, my husband's dad was, one of the first whitewater raft guides in the state.
Nice.
When Unicorn first started in Northern, they were the two, the owner of Unicorn, Jay Sherman, is Jake's godfather. My husband's godfather.
Very nice.
So that's
So you know exactly. what I'm talking about.
It's stored in the fort, actually.
So they actually paddled just over 7 miles. They put in way up and then they got out here at the school. They went through the rapids and including the notorious Turtle Pit Rapids. Chris Howe was the organizer. He is the organizer of the Extreme Canoe Race, was one of their guides. And their other guide was Ben Kohler. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He's from Skowhegan Outdoors. So the Katahdin Learning Project helped to fund the trip. The kids had a blast.
They did.
They came in wet and chilly and exhausted, but they were all smiling. So it was really nice. Mrs. Bloom said she couldn't have asked for a better group of kids. Science classes with Mrs. Hayes. So they have been doing a lot of dissecting. Thankfully, the weather has cooperated and they've done some of that outside. So the entire science wing doesn't smell like a dissection's going on. So in anatomy, they dissected fetal pigs, and the kids were really eager to jump in and get their hands dirty. This was a really awesome hands-on learning experience for them because now they're seeing and doing rather than just from a textbook. And in animal science, they dissected a dogfish, which is a small shark. The kids were really excited to check out that anatomy for themselves. And another good hands-on project for the kids. The senior schedule is packed for the next few days, as you all know, and I brought you copies if you'd like. They started their first marching practice today, which is always interesting to go on. So there are a bunch of us in the gym helping out individuals and then helping them out as a group. And by tomorrow, there'll be old hats at it. I had one student look at me and say, I didn't realize that I would have to be in school to learn how to walk again. And I said, it's okay. Everyone stumbles a little bit at first. But they were getting better by the end of that first practice. So there'll be old hats. So as you can see by the schedule, they have a lot of different practices this week. They have marching practices, graduation practices, practicing for class day, getting ready for baccalaureate and honors and scholarship night. That is broken out into 3 parts again this year. And so parents have received that schedule as far as times for anyone who wants to be at baccalaureate, what time that starts, and then there'll be a brief intermission. Then we will award the senior honors. So the honors cords and medals will be awarded, and then after that, it will be scholarships, scholarships, scholarships. And then finally, and I apologize that I did not give these to hand in to go into your packets, and I didn't give them to Kama to do that, so my apologies there. But the first one that I'm passing around is mathematics. So these scores will show you high school, 8th grade, 7th grade, and 6th grade. So with the high school, this building's test results were very similar to what they saw at Granite Street. So I wrote a little note over off to the side, and the first one says same. So that means we were right on par, the exact same number actually as the state average. And as you flip through, 8th grade was up a point above state average. 7th grade was up 4 points higher than state average. And 6th grade came in at 2 points under state average. So in those points, that spread of points is nothing severe or crazy. It's very small in the grand scheme of things. So we saw very similar results that Granite Street did. And then the next ones I'm handing around are reading. Because some of the graphs on these look a little bit scary. I wanted to make sure that I highlighted off to the side of where they show us the regional and the state averages.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you take a look at the reading, we were up in high school, we were 2 points higher than the state average. 8th grade was 6 points higher than the state average. 7th grade, also 6 points higher than the state average, and 6th grade came out exactly the same as the state average. So with all of these scores and only one being like slightly below state average, we were very pleased with how this data came through. However, we've already started looking. We've already had our first staff meeting and talked about data and how we're going to target specific goals. And with all of the curriculum work that we did this year, we plan to carry that in through to next year and start breaking things down more as far as what do our students need? What do they just need to be, have reviewed? And what do we really need to concentrate on so that our students are meeting all of the standards? Does anyone, I know that was a lot really quickly, so does anyone have any questions? Yeah.
You track from, so the 6th grade last year, now the 7th grade, are they showing improvement as a class?
Yes, because if they didn't, they would be below the state average. Like
Okay,
this is showing also their growth progress. So where they should be in 7th grade compared to where they were in 6th grade. Where
but
they
what I
should
guess
be.
what I'm asking is, if last year is this +2 this year, but if they were +8 last year, is there something going on?
Well, they've
You know what I
changed the test
Okay.
too. It used to be, this is what you used to hear, the NWEA.
Okay, yeah.
You would hear that data. Well, now they've changed it to 3-year testing. And last spring, when we first switched to 3-year testing, it basically wasn't all that compatible
Okay.
to each other.
And they keep tweaking it even more. So
Yeah,
so
they
it's
keep-
easy to compare.
It's going to be easier and bigger and better and all of those great things. So we'll see how it all turns out once they're done making changes. But,
So next year we'll be able to look at
Yes.
the data. It'll be
Yes.
more accurate.
and it should be a lot more accurate. But I think the important thing to note is that they're meeting the benchmarks from year to year. And if they were not, that would show up as well below average, so.
And they're also tested both fall and spring now, where it used to be just spring.
Right.
Let's make a comment.
Yes.
I'm pleased that, I was just looking back at the Granite numbers and I didn't see it, but I know, and I don't know that it was ever an issue at Granite. But I'm thrilled to see the number of students tested.
Yeah.
So, 35 out of 39, 30 out of 32, 40 out of 43.
Yeah.
Kudos to your process in order to make that happen. I think
Kudos.
that's great.
Kudos to our teachers for stressing the importance of the tests. Especially at this level, the students need to understand that this isn't just for our information. This is also what the state looks at as us as a school and what they're learning. So we have been very, I think, informative with the students this year, and many of them, we saw a lot of improvement that we may not have seen previously. So it's good.
Yep, I also wanted to mention that, last week I met with, Heather Gersa, who is, working with the curriculum part, of Stearns, 6 through 12. And I shared this thought with Miss Peavy after that. It was so fun to talk with, Miss Gersa, because like she lights up. So when you talk to her about curriculum mapping, sequencing, engagement, lessons, there's a whole sequence that you go through in order to align your material, because we do have state standards. We do have things that teachers are expected to teach, mostly in order to meet this and have our kids be successful. But it was such a treat to sit and talk with her, because I wanted to know things like, so how do you think it's been received? Because we were, that originally I had said, I'm not, comfortable working in a place that's not moving. Well, once you start moving, it brings a little friction. And sometimes that's a little bit uncomfortable to people. So I wanted to know, like, what do you see your level of engagement for the people are that you're working with, and for the content and all of that? And she remained lit up, like she still believes that she's able to work with everybody and kind of take them through the next step and help them see that it's not just a function. It's not just something that we're doing because there's somebody new in the building. It's not something that's going to sit on a shelf. It's something that has a value and a worth for the time that they're putting in. So I applaud all of that, and all of that will continue to make a difference in this testing. So I feel like Stearns has had a good year working on those types of things. And again, I know that it's not always comfortable for people to move in that direction, but I think she's been a really good guide. So
She's been awesome.
yeah.
She's been awesome. It's her, that is curriculum work. Yes, that's her
Yeah.
passion.
It's her
If
thing.
you-
I'm not surprised to hear this at all, because when I think of her, I think of education. Honestly, like she's always jazzed to,
Yeah, but the curriculum piece,
Effectively.
that is her gem.
And that can be daunting. I'm not putting down the part that's uncomfortable is the fact that it's daunting, because it is. When you're
Right.
teaching math, science, English, whatever your content is, and you start thinking, okay, in 6th grade, I start here in September, and what am I doing the second week of the September and the 4th week of September? It is daunting, there's no doubt about it, but she's made it in nice pieces and chunks, and it all aligns, it weaves well. So the teachers who have been participating in these early releases, I thank them, and I think the evidence will continue to shine.
I do as well.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Beth.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Mia?
I told you to save the best for last.
So I apologize for coming in late. Attended my first ever Zoom celebration for the HMI grant, celebrating our first year. That is complete now. Moving on to year 2 in implementing more and more change. So everything so far has gone well. So lots to celebrate there. as of today, we have our summer food service application totally approved. We're all set to roll out starting June 17th, so quite a bit earlier than last year. And we're going to provide meals through August 23rd, which is quite a bit longer than we have in the past, really limiting those windows of food insecurity for the youth in our communities. So we have Millinocket, East Millinocket, and Medway. So we have, I think, a lot to be proud of there. Went from 6 sites to 9 sites, so we've been increased our reach just a touch more, including some breakfast and afternoon snack in there as well. So we just keep growing just a little bit at a time, you know. We were able to keep on 5 of our employees to carry on through the summer of our 7. So that's another big win for our program. 3 of our employees, Jessica Siemens, John, I got that all wrong. Donna Siemens, Jessica Freeman, and Mark Lyons have been accepted to the Let's Go Maine Health Culinary Skills for School Meals Training Program. It'll be held in Farmington at the very end of August, and it's a 5-day intensive training. So they'll be in the kitchen 5 days a week, learning new recipes, new skills to bring back to our kitchens. It's a great opportunity. It is super exciting for them. Completely paid for with a grant, and so just an all-around win. There's no losses there. We did receive a Local Foods for Schools grant and recently used those funds to purchase 450 pounds of locally raised and processed beef and chicken from Maple Lane Farms that we're going to be implementing and putting into our program next year. So that's really very exciting for me, but I think a lot of people enjoy it. No more beef crumble.
Yeah.
So we can let those be gone. Those are a thing of the history here. And we have initiated a big transition with our nutrition software. So we're leaving behind the 1995 NutriKits and moving on to 2024 Mosaic for back of house. So we'll have updated nutritional analysis, recipes, the whole kit and caboodle. We'll also be doing a move to MealViewer, which is a digital menu platform. So we'll have monitors at both schools, so they can come and see, families can come, children can come, they can see live updates of what's going to be happening and offered in the cafeterias. Our staff can make updates without having to necessarily post it on Facebook or make announcement through the school. Everything's going to be live. So that should be pretty fantastic. And it also comes with like an app interface so parents can easily access the nutrition analysis. Our nurses can easily access carb counts and things like that. So we're just kind of moving into the current future, but from where we're going, it's quite a bit far into the future from where we've been. So that's about all I have. Any questions? I
Just
feel like I came in on 2 wheels. My brain's going faster than anything else.
Story of my life.
Just work.
Story of my life. I'll never judge you for that. I don't even know that I had wheels when I came in.
just want to say what a fantastic job you've done this year, yeah, with grants, with expanding the summer lunch program, with all the things you've done, and how much it's appreciated. You're doing a great job.
Really appreciate that.
I just
A lot of hard work.
And I'm still smiling. I don't know what that means. I'm
Giggles.
Maybe you know. Super optimistic or maybe a good thing. And one more thing, still recovering from field day yesterday, but I wanted to thank Warren and Joanna and our kitchen staff at Granite for pulling off meal time. And I think everybody enjoyed the day. Lots and lots of watermelon was eaten. So I think everybody was very pleased with that. But thanks again, Warren and Joanna, for doing your village.
I really enjoyed it. I heard many good things about having the students over there.
Yeah.
Everybody was very happy to see the other students over there mentoring the little ones.
Yeah, and
So I
then, you
think
know,
that-
Jessica Leach and Joanna had a lot to do with pulling those students in. I can only say for my staff. So, yeah, no, it's great to see community in our schools, and it's an exciting time for our district. So,
nice way to see our, high school students earn some community service.
Absolutely, and
Thanks,
the younger students, they absolutely idolize them.
Oh,
That's a good time.
I think the high school students are having just as much fun as.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Thank you.
Thank you, you want to go on to,
Sure.
Rhonda?
Good afternoon, everyone. First
Good
of all, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay, well, I'm gonna thank Louis for doing all the work for the van. So Nick can thank Louis for all that work and the money that we found, so. So my update's really quick. It's just about the budget. We're budgeted at 7.8 million. Year-to-date expenses are 6.2. We have remaining 1.5 million, almost 1.6, or 20.23% of our budget's remaining right now. So we still have the month of June to go. The MEMIC audit report, everything's been updated and the auditor has all the information and I'm just waiting for her to review all the information. And the revenue report highlight, I wanted to give you a quick highlight about the revenues that for our last year. International program was budgeted at 75,000. We took in 380,050 cents. EUT tuition, we budgeted 120, we've taken 155,000 in. The EUT sped, we budgeted 13,300. We've only taken in 6,935. The secondary sped, we budgeted 14. We've taken in $14,059. Miscellaneous receipts, we budgeted 30,000. We took in $42,633 and change. And then the building rental, we budgeted 45,000. We've only taken in 39,647. But we still have some more receivables to go for the month of June. So we should be slightly over the 45,000. That's my report.
anybody got questions?
It's a nice report.
The revenues look good. I was surprised when I was looking at them, so, and that's good.
Thank you, Rhonda.
You're welcome.
Dr. Lane?
All right. Central office is busy, wrapping up invoices for the FY 24 year, ending and setting salaries and benefits as we be prepared to begin our new year for July 1st. Contracts are printed and ready to be mailed to the staff following the June 11th vote. You know, as long as it's confirmed. So, but they're ready, they're sitting on the desk, everything is ready to roll. This week in both buildings, and I just wrote, it is beyond busy. Like every day, for every classroom, for every admin person, it doesn't matter if you're serving food or if you're in the kitchen or if you're lining up buses, everybody is very busy. If you are bored, just hop over to school and there'll be something that you can do, I'm sure. I also wanted to mention that Donnie, Michelle McGreevy, Beth and I all met with a school. I do not know how to say it, so I don't want to disrespect it. Shinzing something in China. We had a Zoom meeting. It went very well. They had heard about our new diploma program from another school system. And so they have reached out to us with that meeting. We did propose some information. They had 6 things that they would like to see in our relationship. We're not able to accommodate a couple of them for a variety of reasons, but we have sent a contract, and so we're kind of now negotiating what a sum might be. So I would say that we're 50% chance of signing on a new school. We also have recently offered to Chelsea, congratulations on our baby girl Mala. I met with Chelsea today, and we have offered her the entire international coordinator program instead of international coordinator and international administrator. Michelle McGreevy is backing away from the administrative part, and Chelsea is interested in it. So that's a great thing. It's initiated by Michelle, so it works there, and accepted by Chelsea, so it works there, and Chelsea's very comfortable with the role now that she's kind of got her feet in and had Michelle to kind of mentor and model for her. So those changes are coming. I'd like to, officially thank all of our staff, classrooms, kitchen, custodial office, everybody, who really very rarely say no to things and always step up and lean in. We've got substitutes that fill all of those, areas when we need them. We give them a call. Once in a while, somebody will, have something else and they'll say no, but a substitute in the areas that we have, are just so very valuable. And I don't think some people actually realize that there are programs that if they don't run, we don't have school. Mia's is one of them. If Mia didn't have enough people in her kitchen, we literally by law cannot have school. So I just wanted to say thank you to our substitutes today. We've said thank you to our admin team. At our admin team this morning, I gave everybody a package of candy and asked them to what do you think I think about you with this piece of candy, right? So we thank admin, we thank students, we thank teachers. I wanted to make sure our substitutes knew that we appreciate them as well. Healthy Kids. So the Healthy Kids program, you heard us talk about months and months ago, and we've been following up with some meetings. They're located out of New York. New York has their own set of Department of Education rules, regulations. They have gone through now Maine, so they're getting lined up with Maine's Department of Education in order to offer an after-school program. They have sent some materials already, some like a cabinet to put things in, and Miss Mary and I are meeting with them tomorrow. They've sent us a contract which has posed a few questions, so I sent that all back and we're anticipating some additional information to be shared with us tomorrow. But everything said, it looks like we will start the year next year with a new Healthy Kids after school program that will be paid by parents or guardians, grandparents, and they elect how many days or the guidelines are already set up. I actually brought for you a brochure so you can kind of see what we're talking about. So it's Healthy Kids program at Granite Street. So they've made a flyer for our school that has already gone home. They manage everything. They are concerned with physical fitness. They're concerned with academics. They're concerned with nutrition. So it is a fully operational guidance program that will be something that we'll be able to offer to our students. I have more information on that if that's something you're interested in. Let me see, I've got some other things here too. The town, Millinocket, from what I understand, as well as Lincoln and a few other towns, have made a proclamation or an affirmation of locating a medical school in our area, locating it north of Bangor. So I have been contacted about how we would feel about that, how our school system would feel if we would give an affirmation to this project. I've had just a couple of short conversations and I don't personally see any reason that we would not want to grow our area and having a medical school associated with our community. I'm not sure that there is much of a drawback there, but I just wanted to put it out there that I have a phone number and an email address. If that's something that you want more information on, if that's something that you have a question about or want to support. Also, I hadn't written it in my report because I didn't know if Mia would be mentioning this, but there's Sun Bucks, S-U-N as in the sun bucks. And that is $120 per eligible school-age child. The application needs to be in by June 1st. No, the money is available by June 1st. Applications must be in before August 15th. So your families can be receiving the extra $120 if you qualify, if your family qualifies. And the applications just have to be all signed and dotted by August 15th. There are people out there to help you. I have phone numbers and contact information. If your family qualifies for SNAP or TANF, you're automatically in this, National School Lunch and Breakfast Program. But if you know of somebody who is not qualifying for those programs, they still might qualify for this $120 extra for fresh fruits, vegetables, proteins. So I'd encourage you to contact us and get some information if you know of anybody in your neighborhood who might benefit from that. I'm not sure anybody's mentioned it, but I believe we have 27 graduates or 26 graduates. We have 26 graduates. As they've mentioned, they're working on marching practice. I think that that's a testament to the school here at Millinocket, both starting with Granite Street and moving up through. There was a comment made the other day about how they've known these children for 12 years. And I'm thinking that that's a good statement because we do, if a child is in our system, they start at preschool or have the option to and move all the way until they set sail here off to whatever they're going to do, workforce, military, college, career. And I think it's important that we, as our board, say, great job well done, and wish our graduates well. So I just wanted to publicly mention that. I also wanted to say that, Cody is not here this afternoon, but he and I discussed that this message would be delivered. And Cody, as you know, has a part-time position in our school system, and he says the stars have aligned. He has an application that he has updated for 12 years in the school where he went as a high school student. And they've offered him a position. It's in Germany.
Oh, wow.
He is very, very excited. He feels like he's going full circle. He is waiting for all of the final details. He has an offer, but there's no acceptance because it has a lot of background checks and things to go through, which are different than that we have here. But again, I wanted to publicly congratulate him because he and his family are totally excited. And when you talk to him about it, he lights up. It was the school where he went to school. A co-worker of his mom's is a teacher there. The interview was comfortable. It was fun. He's excited. And so congratulations on that offer for him. And that is what I have. Thank you for everybody.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Wait, can I add one more thing? Sorry, I see these other papers I have here. The Millinocket Elks Club has generously donated ice cream cups for the students here for the last day of school. For Granite Street, right? For Granite Street. And I just wanted to thank the Millinocket Elks Club.
They, pardon me, but they also donated, to Stearns High School as well, and they enjoyed theirs during a Minuteman Cup celebration.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. Okay,
Right.
all right.
I thought of probably the same thing.
Special education application for fiscal year 23 was approved. So that approval came through today, so that's a great thing. Before I say I'm done, let me keep looking. Okay, we did something new again, months and months ago. You heard me talk about having a wellness ambassador. And Sandy went to the meeting and came back with $500. And that $500 has to be spent through our system. So it's Granite and Stearns. And she and Katie Carr did that superlatively. Her report is all in and very awesome looking. Within the same day, we sent her report in, we got a quick reply back by the gentleman who operates this. His name is Mike Booth. And he said that they did a fantastic job. Not a fantastic job for the first year, but a fantastic job. So we've gotten, she's had a recipe challenge. There's been step challenges. There was a wellness day. We've had presenters, hydration stations rather. We've had potluck dinners, healthy snacks. and a drawing for 2 New England Outdoor Center passes. So to Katie and Sandy, thank them both very much, stellar wellness ambassadors for the Millinocket school system. They did an outstanding job.
You don't want to finish going through that stack?
It's always next time.
Always next time.
Thank you.
Well, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm just wondering, we're showing 36 in 12th grade. What are the other 10? Are they going an extra year or?
I do not have an answer for that, Beth.
We do have some that are going another year.
11 student difference,
Yeah, I think they said it was 26.
26, 27.
Any other questions?
That's a great question. We'll look at it.
Seeing none. I'd like to thank the staff and everybody for all the work they've done, Dr. Lane. Getting your feet wet, getting, to work, getting the students to where they are today. I want everybody to have a great, safe and happy summer. And Louis, I'll see you just floating along in here. So, thank you, everybody. A motion to go into executive session. Don,
Move to see if the board will enter into executive session 1 MRSA number 4056 F, information in confidential records.
Second.
any discussion? All in favor? 5-0. Okay, thank you, guys. The upcoming meeting is July 16th and August 13th.
No admin reports and no attendance.
Yeah. So,
But you really want to come in here.